Welcome to Rabbit for Keeps. Today I'm going to show you how to turn a fat bunny into a nice slim one and get a happier and healthier bunny to boot.
So you're probably going to say, why did I let my bunny get fat? Well, about just over a year ago, I had a baby, and our little bundle of joy suddenly took up all our time. And unfortunately, I fell into a habit that a lot of rabbit owners do when they suddenly sort of have a lot of responsibility somewhere else, and they just, well, basically, I overfed my rabbit. It's something that you do when you just don't have the time to spend with your rabbit. How to spot my rabbit is overweight. So how can you tell if your rabbit's overweight? Well, there's quite a few giveaways really. I think the most obvious thing is the under part of the rabbit, the undercarriage of the rabbit hangs really quite low. It won't be quite scraping the ground, but you won't see much gap between the underside of the rabbit and the floor. Now, other giveaways are what they call a dewlap, which is a kind of a sort of a double chin on a rabbit. That's an indication of weight. I know some breeders will say that's almost desirable in show bunnies, but it's not helpful for the rabbit to be overweight, unfortunately. As with my rabbit, many overweight rabbits will develop problems cleaning themselves. They might get poo stuck to their fur because they don't clean themselves properly. Maybe they're not exercising enough, they're not moving around enough. So as I say, other signs that indicate your rabbit is overweight, you'll see heaviness around the chest, around the tops of the legs, on the front of the body. Obviously quite a wide back end, wider than normal. I mean, rabbits do have wide lower halves. So what to do with a fat rabbit? So what you've got to do first off is cut out those treats and look at the portion sizes of what you're feeding the rabbit. Now, if you're feeding the rabbit correctly with hay, mostly hay, some veggies and a small amount of pellets, then you're getting pretty much everything 90% right already. It's just a problem with the portion sizes of the food that you're giving them. Are you feeding them anything else? Oh dear, then you've gone really wrong. If you're feeding your rabbit a lot of fruit, please stop doing this. Fruit is full of sugar. Bananas, apples, I've even seen kiwi fruits. Rabbits do love sweet things, but it doesn't mean that they should be eating them. Rabbits weren't designed to eat a high sugar diet or even a low sugar diet. They're supposed to eat a high fibre diet, and really that alone. Are you giving them human food? Please, please don't tell me that you're giving them cornflakes or any sort of human cereals. Human cereals are not for rabbits. Giving your rabbit cereals that you buy like cornflakes and Rice Krispies and things like that is basically like giving your rabbit a burger and fries. I know I bang on about this, but they must have hay, and mostly hay with pellets, a few pellets, and some vegetables. Portion sizes of pellets and vegetables must be small. Now you can look at the back of the packet for the manufacturer who makes the pellets, and they will give you the portion sizes for the weight of your rabbit. Of course, weighing a rabbit is quite difficult at home. Really, only a vet will have the right sort of scales to weigh a rabbit. Or maybe you've got a scales for weighing a baby. You should be able to weigh a rabbit correctly. But trying to weigh rabbits on a scales designed for an adult human is pretty ineffective, really. So cut out all treat type food, except maybe a slice of carrot or a single cabbage leaf, something like that. A small portion. Reduce the amount of pellets that you're feeding your rabbit. Look carefully at the back of the packet to see how much your rabbit should be eating for its size and its body type. You need to work out, is my rabbit a large rabbit, a medium-sized rabbit, a small rabbit, a dwarf small rabbit, or are they even a giant rabbit? But giant rabbits are a little bit different from other rabbits. How you feed them really is quite different. Also look at the age of the rabbit. Is the rabbit a young rabbit? It's quite unusual for young rabbits to become obese. They are using up all the energy mainly that you give them for growing and building their bones and building their whole skeleton structure and all their organs. So it's quite unusual for a baby rabbit or a rabbit under 12 weeks to become obese. So portion sizes for young rabbits and for baby rabbits are always featured usually on the back of a packet. I'm not going to tell you that putting a rabbit on a diet is an easy thing to do. It's really quite a hard thing to do, and to be honest, it's pretty heartbreaking when your rabbit is standing there waiting for its favourite treats and doesn't understand why you're not giving them. You are going to feel quite hard-hearted, and it's easy to see why, because your rabbit will just be standing there looking at you with his big eyes, wondering why your mummy isn't giving him the food that he likes. But don't crack. You need to keep yourself together with this. You've got to keep doing this. You've got to reduce those pellet sizes, and you've got to make sure that you cut out the treats. You've got to make sure that they eat plenty of hay, but make sure it's available and it's in fresh and good condition. Make sure they've got water. Give them an occasional treat, especially when they're starting to look pretty desperate. Your rabbit will look desperate at you, and it is going to be difficult for you. You're just going to have to be just hold firm and be strong. So on Gem's diet, we had a couple of moments where she was not happy with me at all. I was getting the dagger eyes of a very dissatisfied rabbit. On the plus side though, it encouraged her to want to come out of her cage and go for a good forage in the garden, which I allowed her to do because it was completely healthy for her and was actually going to help her diet. The exercise was going to do her good, and the herbs and the weeds that she was eating in the garden were going to do her digestion a lot of good too. So here is Gem when we started her diet. So as you can see, she's pretty thick set. She's looking pretty heavy. She's got weight around the front of her chest. She's got a big rear end. She's got weight around her neck and under her chin. This is a rabbit with a very small head and a big body, as you can see. It's pretty obvious that her proportions are just not right. Now, people may want their rabbits to look comfortably filled out, but really you're not helping the rabbit. You're reducing its movement. It's making it more difficult for it to clean and groom itself. You're not helping the rabbit at all by allowing it to be overweight. So here is Gem after about 2 weeks, and as you can see, she's starting to get a little bit of her definition back. Her tummy is not so low to the ground. There's a bit of definition on her back and around the front of her body, around her legs and around her neck. And here is her after a month. So you can see a lot more definition, a lot more space between the floor and the bottom of her tummy, acting much more lively. She's enjoying getting out in the garden every day, having a good race around and a good forage. And so here is the final result after 6 weeks of only a small portion of pellets, lots of hay, and very restricted vegetables. So we're talking a cabbage leaf and a slice of carrot a day.
And so here she is, the new improved Gem. All slimline and sleek. Nice and slender. Less dewlap, less fat on her chest. Yeah, the new improved Gem. She's looking a lot better and a lot healthier. Thank you for watching Rabbit for Keeps. And if you have any more questions or comments, please put them in the comment box below. And please subscribe for more videos about rabbits.